This is VSiN, the sports betting network.
The numbers told the story, they always do.
It's one of those idiots who believe in analytics.
This is a numbers game with Gil Alexander on VSiN.
Good Friday morning to you. It is a numbers game at VSiN, the sports betting network, VSiN.com, Game Plus, iHeartRadio, YouTube TV, and of course, SiriusXM Channel 158. It's Gil Alexander. That right there is Kelly Midland.
Hey, how we doing?
Kelly Bidley. Doing, well. Is there anything I need to know about that happened last night? Anything? I was fasting, so, it kind of got to my head. I wasn't really paying attention.
Right, you didn't watch any sports
I didn't
of
really
any
watch
kind.
any sports all day
Yeah.
last night. Okay, we'll have to relive it. Before that, let me just let you know, Chris Felica will be here today. It is a football Friday. Felica, Dr. Bob, Steve Fezzik. You know how this wraps up on a Friday morning. And the global football of Paul Carr. Little Premier League before all of that on today's show. And Kelly and I will go around the National Football League Week 5 game-by-game situation once again here before we head on into the weekend. And baseball. Oh, baseball. What a day. Hit 2 out of 3 of the series bets, so we got that going for us.
Yeah, we got baseball going for us, Gil.
We got that going for us. Except I did lose a World Series matchup in the process on the one that I did lose. But the Yankees got home, and the Tigers got home, so that was nice. The Yankees at a nice plus price, adjusted after Game 1. But we begin with Thursday Night Football. And a couple survivors for me out of my 6 doinked off.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
1 of 2 for me. See ya.
Not to mention a beautiful CLV ticket of a Rams minus 3.5.
Not to mention the bets.
Yeah.
Not to mention the live bets.
Not to mention mental state of mind and life in general. No, it's only 2 of the 6. We're still cooking at least till Sunday. The first, what we don't know yet what the damage will be in Survivor because only the allotment of the entire pool of over 12,000 entries that still remains is still yet to be determined until they reveal it after the Saturday deadline. But one can only assume by sort of the survivor percentages that are being shown to us from elsewhere, right around 30%, maybe a little lower than that. Maybe, we think on the Rams last night. Niners, in case you missed it, the Niners B team beats the Rams 26-23. Let's relive it, Kelly. We have to. Mm-hmm. We must. San Francisco comes out of the gate. Mac Jones was just awesome last night. No other way to say it. 8 plays, 72 yards. Jones to Bourne for 35, the big chunk on 1st and 20 from their own 47. 4 plays later, Jones to Tongas from 6 out. 7-0 Niners. And then after the Rams had to punt, a 17-play, 91-yard drive that took 8 minutes and 15 seconds. Featured 2 4th and short conversions, and ends up being, what was it? Jones to McCaffrey from 1 out. 14-0 Niners. First minute and change of the second quarter. At that point in the game, Kelly, looking at the box score, 163-7 in total yards, 12-1 in first downs, and the time of possession 13:06 to 3:10.
Can I make my first complaint?
Please.
First complaint of this game.
Yeah.
We make so much of these coaches. What, Sean McVay just had his guys prepared like they were going to stroll through the park here?
Yep.
Like this team was not ready to play football.
Nope.
First complaint.
Next time the Rams had the ball, by the way, Stafford flipped it to Corum. He fumbled. And Travis Gibson ended up covering it. Now, that didn't hurt because the Rams ended up forcing a punt. And that's when the Rams finally woke up. 8 plays, 85 yards themselves, all through the air. They were just winging around, Stafford. To Kyron from 14 out. 14-7, the Niners would add a field goal before the end of the half. So 17-7 Niners at halftime. But you knew that the Rams were getting the ball first in the third quarter. Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like super duper panic time.
And it could have been worse, Gil.
Could have been worse.
Yeah, we're okay. We're okay.
Yeah.
Kelly's adding live.
I don't like when you refer to yourself in the third person. But then here's the thing. Third quarter, Kyron Williams just drops a straight up 3rd and 6 pass from the San Francisco 35. Like, just wide open, drops it.
Yeah.
Just drops it. And so they line up Joshua Carty for a 53-yard field goal try. Not even close. Wide right. And at that point, I'm like, well, This does not feel like our night.
It's getting a little tight now.
If you're dropping passes, you're missing field goals. Anyway, San Francisco 3 and out, right? You're like, okay, we're back in business. But an unnecessary, by the way, correct call, but a completely unnecessary PI on the Rams on the play. Like, what are we doing? Just let it extends the drive. They matriculate. They do get it to first goal at the 3, and the Rams do make a stand. Jones got hammered, hurt briefly. Pinheiro, 20-yard field goal, 20-7. Niners, 6:33 left of the third quarter. Rams then, 7 plays, 69 yards, 248. Stafford to Puka from 1 out, 20-14. 3:45 left of the third quarter. Here come the Rams, right?
No, we're looking good.
Ensuing kickoff, Isaac Arendo gets the ball stripped. Whistle blown. Forward progress.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That happened too. They end up, the Niners do, 4th and inches from their own 32. They do a tush push. That converted. Okay, we go to the fourth quarter, 20-14. But the Niners start the fourth quarter with a 3rd and 1 at their own 37. You're like, okay, this does not look good. But McCaffrey's hit for a 3-yard loss by Nate Landman. And you're like, all right, we got this. Rams from their own 12, 9 plays, 88 yards, took 3:24 off the clock. Stafford to Kyron from 8 out, 20-20. Rams about to go ahead. And Joshua Carty's extra point blocked by Jordan Elliott. Oh, God.
It's okay, Gil. Maybe I can get both my bets and my survivor home now.
10:39 left of the fourth quarter. We're tied at 20. San Francisco 3 and out. Rams have the ball. Tie game. 3 and out themselves. 4th and 1 at their own 39 with 8:19 left. They decide to punt. You don't have a problem with that, do you? 4th and 1 on 39?
Oh, no, not.
Ethan Evans, 59-yard punt, pins the Niners at the 2.
That was like the sickest punt I've ever seen.
The bounce that it took?
Bounce, yeah, it was wild.
Right inside the sideline. Takes this, just bounces hard right back onto the field.
I was hoping they were going to show the replay that they somehow found when they returned, and I was like, this is even more amazing.
It was
on the
more
replay.
amazing.
Yeah,
it was very cool. But the rest wasn't cool. San Francisco, from the 2, they get it into field goal range, or what we like to call in the NFL in 2025 field goal range. Pinheiro, 59-yarder. Good.
So this is another one. Eddie Pinheiro is like a top 5 favorite player of mine right now. Like the Pinheiro celebrations after field goals are like some of the greatest things ever. He goes like full LeBron. It's like, yeah, like let's go, my house.
Yeah, I wasn't really digging it last night for some reason.
Yeah.
Rams start at their own 35 after a touchback. Stafford to Nakua for 11, to Devontae for 18. Defensive hold, 2-minute warning. Rams are timing this perfectly. We're going to win this football game close to the gun. Rams at the San Francisco 31, Kyron for 20. Illegal use of hands to the face to the 3. 1st and goal ramifications. Kyron on the way in. Going to take the lead. Hit by Alfred Collins. He fumbles. Recovered by Collins at the 1.
Third time we've seen this in the past 2 weeks?
Well, for the
3 game weeks?
For the Niners alone, they have won multiple games now, causing a fumble at the end. In 1-score games.
Wow.
All right, but it's not over. It's not over because, Rams have all 3 timeouts.
Yeah.
But there's 1:05 left in the game, and they're down 3. That's it. Yeah, did that just, by the way, that was one of those moments where you're watching the TV screen and you're like, that was like the Indians, the Guardians 65-1 ticket March, April last year, where Hunter Gaddis gave up the home run 1 out away from cashing it, and you just watch it. You're looking at the TV screen, and your brain takes like an extra beat to process it. You're like, did that just happen? 1:05 left. Rams with all 3 timeouts. San Francisco pinned at the 1. They run into the line 3 straight times. I was like, Kyle Shanahan, what are you doing? I couldn't believe on 3rd down that he didn't try to win the game.
Yeah, it's such a tough spot.
I don't know, man. The truth serum of having the Rams, I'm like, wow, thank you for the bailout.
I mean, I'm kind of feeling the same way, but like you've got a banged up Mac Jones. Like you're going to drop him back into the end zone and have him throw it. Like I get it.
I don't. Rams start at midfield with 42 seconds left, even though Kirk Herbstreit frantically was trying to tell everybody that the Rams were going to be well back in their own territory after a penalty.
There was a couple confusing things here with kicks.
What are you talking about? Deep to Nakua, broken up. Incomplete behind Devontae. To Kyron for 7. 4th and 3 at the Niners 43. Not going to try a field goal from that long. To Kyron for 13. Spike. 12 seconds left at the 30. Incomplete deep to Devontae. Cardi, 48-yard field goal to try to force overtime. Good. We're going overtime, 23 apiece. Rams win the toss. Here comes our overtime stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cardi kicks it short of the landing zone. Let's review the Joshua Cardi day. Missed field goal, blocked extra point, short of the landing zone.
Yeah.
San Francisco from their own 40. They get it 2nd and 3 at the San Francisco 14. It's like they're going to go in and score. Oh, my God. But finally, Mac Jones is sacked. First time all game. Have to settle for Pinheiro. 41-yard field goal. Brushes in off the left upright. A brush.
Yep, just a
Bill
bank.
As Bill 80 properly articulated in the VSiN newsletter. A brush off the left upright. Rams need a field goal to extend the game. Touchdown wins it. 5:51 left. Down 26-23. Rams from their own 34. To Puka. To Tutu. These are their wideouts names, by the way. Puka and Tutu. That's the Rams. Your Los Angeles Rams. 3 plays later, 4th and 1 at the 11. They matriculate all the way down to the 11. Timeout, Niners. Timeout, Rams. You have plenty of time to think about the play call. They run it right into the line. Had no chance. Done. Ball game. Survivors defeated, including 2 of my 6. Plus 3.5 out the window. Excuse me, minus 3.5 out of the window with all that CLV. And the Niners, from just a non-survivor betting standpoint, with a massive win for their season.
Yes.
With guys eventually coming back, right? All of them, eventually.
Mac Jones looked awesome.
Talking about the Ayuks and the Kittles of the world and beyond. And then Mac Jones. Al Michaels tried to start a quarterback controversy yesterday.
Might be a thing, Gil. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're paying one guy 5 years, $265 million, so that's a bit of a problem. Baseball next.
If you're serious about football betting, VSiN's got your weekend game plan. Fridays at 7 p.m., it's the Circa Friday Football Invitational. Saturday morning, VSiN's college football tailgate show at 9 a.m., breaking down matchups, props, and big-time bets. Later that night, join the football contest show as the sharpest betting minds give you their picks for Sunday's game. And Sunday at 9 a.m., lock in with Mitch and Foley on VSiN's Pro Football Tailgate Show. Your final stop before kickoff. Check out the full lineup at VSiN.com and join us on the Sports Betting Network.
So, Paulie, have you had a chance to read the VSiN Daily yet?
Yeah, came in at 3 a.m. What's Bill doing up that late?
Well, rumor has it, it starts off with a 12-hour meditation session.
Then he just pours himself over film and live TV, really focusing and taking it all in. Bill's in with the biggest insiders, talking trade secrets, strategies, the whole nine, absorbing the info.
And then and only then can the writing process begin.
In Las Vegas, Bill's late night becomes your early morning. Wake up to the very latest betting insights in your inbox with the VSiN Daily. Sign up for free at vsin.com/newsletter.
On the next edition of Prop Points, we'll start off the show reacting to all the action from Thursday Night Football between the 49ers and the Rams and see how many of our favorite props cashed out. Ben Stevens will join the show to give out his best bets for Week 6 in college football. And Justin Barnes from FantasyPoints.com will also join the program to give out his favorite IDP props for NFL Sunday. And tune in to Friday's edition of Prop Points at 1 Eastern, only on VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
The Numbers Game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
VSiN Pro subscribers now have exclusive access to our new AI player prop projections powered by Opta AI, the same trusted brand behind soccer analytics in the UK. You'll get AI-driven projections for quarterbacks, wide receivers, and running backs across the most popular prop categories, compared directly to current DraftKings lines to highlight value. Sort by player, game, or stat, and track how projections shift throughout the week with injury updates and team trends. VSiN Pro subscribers can see them now at VSiN.com/props. That's VSIN.com/props.
I was on there the other day messing around with the Gil.
Yeah.
If you're a VSiN subscriber, definitely check it out. It's a very cool new tool we've got up there.
You likes?
Yeah, I think it's really well set up on our website and gets to show you a lot of different options of where the prop line's at for certain players and kind of where the Opta AI predictions at.
Are you looking forward
It's well set up.
You looking forward to Fezzik later to make you feel even worse about your Rams play?
Yeah, I actually think it's an interesting discussion.
I know that's coming.
I actually think it's an interesting discussion. He irritated me a little bit when he texted us this morning.
Oh, God. He's like, can we talk about this one thing?
I'll save it for him. Because I think you can speak my side of it there. But
the opposite of crack unscripted is Fezzik floating ideas. And we're like, oh, yeah, sure. We'd love to talk about the Rams more. Absolutely.
Very scripted, yes.
Sure. We'd love to. It sounds great. We get tweets at Beat of the Book. Joe C.
Basically, though, later he's going to tell me why I'm an idiot for losing a Survivor entry and money on the game.
That's right.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for that. Joe C. 714. Sigh. Rams left at least 14 points on the table. Should have lost with the Cowboys week 2 in Survivor, but to lose with Kyron fumbling at the 1, haven't felt this sick on a sports bet in a while. You guys were right that losing in Circa Survivor hits different, especially like that. Perfect spot to take the Rams. Guess you can't handicap 2 fumbles, missed field goal, and a block extra point. No, I mean, sometimes that's the thing. It's like, it's football. It's the NFL. Like, it just happens. That's why I always say there's no such thing as a free bingo square. It does not exist. It does not exist in this league. Eric Pinnell, Mitch's face today after Rams loss said, he said yesterday, Paulie will have to find a co-host if the Rams lose. Was Mitch on it too?
I guess
I
so.
don't know. I'm not sure. I guess that's what they're being told.
Co-host tryouts here after the show.
James Fraction. Hey, what's up, James? He said, hey, Gil, I've heard pundits say that Purdy is much better than Mac Jones, but I don't see it. Please ask Fez what his point differential is between Purdy and Jones. Please also ask Kelly for his thoughts on investing on Mac Jones for comeback player of the year.
Had to ruin it with that last one.
There's Kelly's response for you.
Yeah. No, it's gross.
You just have to laugh. You just have to laugh, man. There's no other way. What are you supposed to do?
And this is like, I've never been a very big Mac Jones guy. He looked like Tom freaking Brady last night. And at the end of the game, I thought he was going to turn into Byron Leftwich from Marshall, and the offensive line was going to be carrying him down the field. It was like so ridiculous.
The famous Marshall.
Someone write a movie about it already.
Famous midweek Marshall football game that everybody remembers with Leftwich.
And then he had to stand there. Gil. It was funny when I thought, I had the right side here. It was funny watching him walk into the stadium with that suit on.
Oh, the half and half.
Him doing a serious press conference afterward, you're like, this was not a good choice of a suit.
Did I see this correctly, that Mac Jones was talking about how Kyle Shanahan commented him, they keep moving us, meaning the line kept moving against the Niners, and Mac was like, I had no idea what he was talking about. I don't know if that was...
I didn't catch that.
Who knows what's real.
They were dominating the Rams line early in the trenches.
Here's next-gen stats. Mac Jones, 33 of 49 for 342 last night and 2 touchdowns in the Niners' overtime win. He was particularly effective on passes under 10 air yards, finishing 28 of 37 for 258 and 2 touchdowns, the second most yards in a game on short passes this season.
I mean, the whole first half, it was dink, dunk, get whatever you want. Here's Kendrick Bourne for 5 yards, and he's going to take it for 18.
I was like, we're watching the greatest quarterback to ever walk the earth. That's what it felt like. Trip Tepper. I'm being facetious. Gil, any chance Todd Wishnev could come on the show to share his Yom Kippur bad beat story? Won't require you to prod him too much. He's very forthcoming about it. Hashtag Megapod. For those who listen to the Megapod yet this week. Todd was very... It's like, Todd, you have this great story that you tell, and we happen to have the Megapod on Yom Kippur, and he couldn't have been more difficult about it. I'm like, it's the last time you ever have to tell. Just tell it.
You're just prying it out of him and trying to get it.
It's like, and that's no way to start telling a story. Neil Hanlon. Should the Bengals call about Mac Jones and his availability in hopes of salvaging their season? They say this about Russell Wilson too, that he'll be on the trading block. But the difference is that the Niners know how good Mac Jones is and don't want to trade Mac Jones. Mm-hmm. I love how teams are not so willing to let go of their backup quarterback. I get it from the other team's perspective, but why would the Niners trade him?
Yeah, I mean, look, I love
unless you're getting the house back, which you're not going to get.
Right, I love Brock Purdy, but I mean, didn't he show last night how valuable he is to that team?
Well, also,
to have Mac Jones on the roster.
Also, Purdy has a toe injury. We just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, turf toe. This could be a couple weeks.
Yeah, and they might have botched it by bringing him back last week.
And as you brought up earlier, that is take a step back. From our bets, from this whole situation, from all the injuries, you're talking about a 4-1 Niners team that just picked up a massive division win on the road.
Bro, they got Ayuk coming back at some point, right? Kittle, obviously Juwan Jennings himself, Pearsall from last night. I mean, it just
4-1 division, all those guys coming back. And what have we said since July? Since May, how easy the schedule is.
Yes, they have the easiest schedule in all of football by some metrics. Tim Bowers, I'll give McVay credit for going for it, given his proclivity to be conservative, see settling for field goals versus Eagles and putting in plus territory versus Lions in playoffs, but handing off to the guy who fumbled earlier and take the ball out of Stafford's hot hand was bad. Kyron wasn't the guy who fumbled earlier. That was Corum on the pitch, I believe. Is that correct?
Corum on the pitch, but Kyron got the punch out. Right, he got at the goal line.
No. But he was saying that he fumbled earlier. He didn't fumble earlier. It was Corum who fumbled earlier. But no one is disagreeing with. Just to be clear, Tim, no one is disagreeing with the Rams going for it on 4th and 1. That was never the point of what we were talking about. It was just that they ran it right into the line after having 2 consecutive timeouts to pour it over. And
I can't believe actually how many.
Sean McVay afterwards was like, "I was on me."
Yeah. He said it was a terrible play call. Yeah. I mean, this is what happened here. I'm actually surprised how many times I've heard already at post game and this morning about, should they have kicked a field goal?
No.
There was still 4 minutes left on the clock. No. You kick a field goal and you're going to leave the Niners time to go do something?
Field goal was absolutely not the play.
And then what happened? What happened was it was Shanahan McVay chess match, mental chess match, right? Like the Rams line up, Shanahan sees what they're going to call. No, that's not going to work. Yeah. Timeout. Then the Rams go out there. Let's try to draw them off sides. And then McVay's got his brain all scrambled with what he wants to do and runs that play, and then hates himself afterward.
Brutal. And like I said, I know you disagree, but Kyle Shanahan running the ball into the line 3 straight times down at the 1-yard line was like, go ahead.
I don't disagree.
Take the newspaper. No, you got to try to win the game there. Mickey Baca, do we have a Yom Kippur Massacre Part 2? Whistle blown too early on the San Francisco fumble, missed extra point, missed field goal, missed face mask on Stafford, missed that one also. Fumble at the 1, and then San Francisco gets a doink for a good field goal.
There was a lot of shaky officiating again.
The officiating didn't bother me last night. That was not the reason the Rams lost.
I'm not going to say any of them were egregious, but the Davante Adams, like, I'm just out here setting a screen, like, that was very, very close to the line.
He continues, Mickey does, by saying, to be a fly on the wall with Wishinev during the game. You know what, Jeff Hoos, my old buddy from the ARIA, and then worked at FanDuel, still over there, He said about Davante Adams, which I thought was interesting. He texted me afterwards. He goes, do you remember Davante Adams ever having a signature catch? Yeah, those are my words, signature catch. But ever a big catch, even when he was with Green Bay? Like a big moment where he won a game. And I was like, off the top of my head, I don't.
I mean, not off the top of my head. I'm sure he's had.
I'm sure Packers fan will tell me differently.
Yes. You kind of went quickly through it on that final drive, though. Were you not shocked he didn't catch that ball that was a little behind him?
It was whipping by him.
I know it's unfair for me to expect that, and yes, it was a rocket from Stafford, but
Terry Lash, how is the punch legal on the Kyron fumble? Yeah, these guys are doing it all the time now. These punch outs.
Okay,
this is like a thing.
I think I'll expand on what he's trying to say. At what point, though, Gil, can I punch you in the face and then come down and knock the ball out? And
he didn't punch him in the face.
I mean, it kind of grazed his face mask.
Oh, did it? I didn't see that.
Yeah, it grazed him.
It's old Peanut Tillman thing, right?
Yes. Have you seen his story recently, by the way?
Mm-mm. Oh, it's not going well? Life is not going well for him, right?
Well, he was working for the FBI, which I had no idea about, and then he became a story recently because he left the FBI for political disagreements, basically.
Oh, well, who knows what that means.
Yeah.
Jimmy O'Connor, Survivor Theory question after last night's debacle. I had the Rams for 1 pick. I'm still live with another in my pool. Not circa, but some weeks involve 2 picks. Do I now zig while everyone zags, or do I need to play this optimally to get out of the week? So, Jimmy, this is the $1 million question with Survivor now, right? At some point in Survivor, whether you had lost last night or not, at some point, I mean, the key to Survivor is not playing the most popular pick, right? Now, that doesn't have to be the case every week, and I would even argue early in the season, you shouldn't get too cute. But at some point, yes, the object is to win Survivor. I don't know if the answer for that is this Sunday, quite frankly, because I'm a little worried now because what am I playing? I'm playing the Cardinals and Bills, and most of the rest are going to be on these two teams, I would imagine, those who have the Bills left. The Cardinals are shaky to me. The Bills are shaky to me. But at some point, yes, you are going to have to zag while others zig. Whether it's this weekend or not, though, who knows? Who knows? But yes, you ain't winning this thing playing the most popular thing every week. We'll come back. Major League Baseball. 3 Game 3s yesterday. 3 eliminations. And the divisional round is upon us in setup. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
Got a good thing coming, just wait and see. It's a good.
Get your edge this season with VSiN's College Football Betting Guide, exclusive to VSiN Pro subscribers. It's packed with 136 team previews, preseason top 25 rankings, and best bets from our experts. Pro subscribers also get the NFL Betting Guide, daily best bet emails, exclusive splits, and full access to our premium betting tools. Sign up now at VSiN.com/subscribe for just $9.99 for your first 30 days. Or save 50% with an annual Pro subscription. And join us on the Sports Betting Network.
This is VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Want to bet smarter? Start with Smarter Insights. Right now, you can check out the NFL and college football betting hubs for breakdowns of every game, Adam Burke's NFL player prop picks, and Greg Peterson's MLB best bets. People seem to enjoy that Greg Peterson clip from earlier this week. And later today, you can check out Tyler Shoemaker's WNBA Finals picks, Ed Cian's Caneland best bets, and Zach Cohen's Sunday Night Football preview and plays for the Patriots-Bills matchup. Right now, you can sign up for as little as $9.99 to access all the VSiN Pro articles. Just head to VSiN.com/subscribe to sign up today. We get tweets at Beating the Book. Y'all are the best. I'll read them all. I promise you. Jason H11. I, too, lost 2 out of 6 survivors on the Rams. I'm a bit concerned at how much of a gut punch that was, and I still have 4 left. Imagine the feeling when we're totally eliminated. God, I love Survivor, LOL. That's the thing,
I
right?
know.
That's the thing. Is there any, the heartache aside, is there any better entertainment than having a Survivor pick on something? It's just incredible.
When's the last time you felt something like that last night?
What could possibly compare to that? In the sports betting world. Sweet Sita, is it just me? Or is Kirk Herbstreit a cooler? He seems like he's always trying to explain himself how the dog can get back into the game. I really like Kirk Herbstreit, and I love dogs, but it's a little over the top with the dog, isn't it?
Yeah,
a little bit.
Josie
came back. He says, "I'm not letting this go yet." Are you allowed to punch a player in the face and then hit the ball out? Kyron did get hit in the face before he fumbled. I missed the thing in the face.
It is like, it's just at what point, right, is it a unsportsmanlike you clocked a guy in the face?
If they had seen it, they would have called that.
I don't know because it was so slight, Gil.
That's what I mean.
I didn't really have
it was so slight I didn't notice it because I was so distraught.
See, I didn't have a problem with it, but it did get me thinking, at what point, how much of a guy's face do you have to hit before it's a penalty?
James Moran. Hi, my name is Jim Moran, and I had the Ram Survivor. Hi, Jim. I believe I'm in step 3 of the grieving process. Still upset, but not sure I would have done anything different. Went down with a good team. The Survivor sting hurts. Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't have done anything different either.
Me either.
I really wouldn't have. Wegs Pool. I didn't understand the Rams D. You have backup wideouts and a tight end with a gimpy quarterback. So let's play off coverage all night. That makes sense.
Let's play first half super soft. Give them anything they want underneath.
So right.
And what does Mac Jones do pretty well, Gil? Oh, he can pick you apart anything under 10 yards.
Tronsky, hey Gil, did you say that Shanahan said during the press conference that the line kept moving on them? Isn't he directly referencing the betting line? That was clearly a motivator for the Niners. Did I mishear you remembering that part? Apologies if I did. No, it was Mac Jones. And again, with everything now, you don't know if something is true or AI. Like you have to it was Mac Jones referencing. It wasn't Kyle saying it in a press conference. Mac Jones referencing a conversation where apparently before the game, Kyle said something to him and Mac didn't understand what he was talking about. I don't know if that's true. Some will have to verify or it's some random stuff on Twitter. But that was it wasn't a press conference, though. We have one Devontae Adams recollection on a big play. Adams on the Raiders versus the Broncos, walk-off versus Surtain, yelling in the camera, he ain't ready. There's one.
That was I don't know why, but I was like, when Gil was saying that, I'm like, the first thing that's coming to my mind is something on the Raiders, but I couldn't remember the exact play. That's what it was.
And cancer-free from Stage 4 NHL since May. He says, in my pool, we have made 2 picks in Week 9, so I am saving the Rams for the week. If not, good chance I would have been on them this week. And by the way, that works in reverse. If you've already used a team and then they get, beaten later, it's also the vagaries of the game of Survivor. Oh, I would have taken him, but guess what? I used him already, so I couldn't, right? It works both ways. All right, Major League Baseball yesterday, because we could talk about football forever.
Mm-hmm.
We already had the Dodgers beating the Reds in 2 straight. We already know the Dodgers were set up to play the Phillies in the 2-3 in the National League. I think they're the 2 best teams in baseball. That series, all the series, start tomorrow. All the divisional round best of 5s begin tomorrow, and that is the marquee matchup. Shohei versus Christopher Sanchez. We'll get to that. But last night, or yesterday, Detroit at Cleveland, Game 3, the rubber match. Detroit in a 1-1 game. Dylan Dingler with a solo shot, top of the 6th to make it 2-1. And then at the top of the 7th, bases loaded. Wenceel Perez, 2 RBI singles. Spencer Torkelson, an RBI single. Riley Green, an RBI single. 6-1. It would end up 6-3. The Guardians' last dash hope blown up when Jose Ramirez tried to get to second base on an error, but was thrown out, and that was it. Katie barred the door. Go away, Guardians. Why didn't you go away 2 weeks ago, though? Had to make my life miserable. Now you're gone forever.
Yeah.
You negative run differential bastards. Tigers advance. Tigers now Tigers are going to advance to their divisional round series again, best of 5, and yeah, Tigers are a sizable underdog in their matchup with the Seattle Mariners, who, again, Mariners in that series, if you think about it, just to say 2 words about it, Mariners have all, the home run differential between the Mariners and the Tigers. By the way, Mariners minus 165. The home run differential between those 2 teams is the stark thing. If you just showed up to baseball and watched the Tigers play the last 3 games, it's very easy just to come to, you've seen all you need to know, which is they don't hit particularly well. The offense is not fearsome. They have a 40 home run advantage, do the Mariners have over the Tigers this year, 238 to 198. And even with question of Brian Woo's availability for the Mariners in their rotation with a pec issue, the Mariners still have better starting pitcher, more trustworthy starting pitching as a generality. Their bullpen should be well rested. As I said, more fearsome hitting, certainly for power. But the Tigers have one thing that the Mariners don't have. It sounds like the Wizard in The Wizard of Oz.
I know the answer, Gil.
Tarek Skubal.
Tarek!
And here's the thing, and you're a best of 5, he can pitch twice.
Or more.
So it's like the great equalizer. Your Mariners, congratulations, you're better in every category, except they have this one trump card. So it makes it a very interesting series because of him and him alone to me. By the way, the Dodgers are a minus 125 favorite in that series against the Phillies. That's where Kelly knows the players, right? You know all these guys.
Right. I can't wait for that one, Gil. I know all these
Shohei, Schwarber, Freeman, Harper, Yamamoto, Sanchez, Snell, Ohtani. You know them all.
By the way, game
I think
1.
I said Ohtani twice.
Mariners-Tigers, game 1, Mariners minus 220.
Say that again? Yeah.
Mariners minus 220 for game 1.
Well, it's not a Skubal game.
Yeah.
The other 2 yesterday.
Why, Gil? It should be game 1, game 3, game 5. If I was in charge, that's how I'd run out.
I'm surprised you didn't say 1, 2, 4, and 5.
Let's not be ridiculous, Gil, okay? Let's not be ridiculous.
San Diego and the Cubs rubber match yesterday. Cubbies beat the Padres 3-1. And if we had the award for the most disappointing team in all of baseball, given expectations this year, it's the Padres. How many times they had a chance to win the division, could never get there. All that talent, all that just tremendous bullpen. Couldn't do it.
I mean, if I had to ask you most disappointing team over the last 2 seasons, it would be the Padres, right?
I mentioned it yesterday when talking about this, that Yu Darvish had 15 starts this year. 15. 3 of them were quality. And yet they decided to go to Yu Darvish yesterday. That's the gamble of a lifetime, in a gamble of a season, in a deciding game. And so what happened? Second inning, Kyle Tucker single, Seiya Suzuki double, Carson Kelly hit by pitch, Pete Crow Armstrong RBI single, 1-0. Then Darvish is pulled, but Jeremiah Estrada walks in the next run, 2-0. In fact, the Padres were lucky to get out of that inning when Estrada induced, I believe it was a double. Was it a double play after that? So, by the way, it gets a 3-0 on a leadoff solo shot by Bush in the 7th, the bottom of the 7th. Top of the 9th, Padres did make some noise. Jackson Merrill solo shot to lead off the inning to cut it to 3-1 off Brad Keller. And 2 batters later, Ryan O'Hearn hit by pitch, Bryce Johnson hit by pitch, and all of a sudden, one swing of the bat away from the Padres leading, but with Andrew Kittredge in, Jake Cronenworth grounded out, and Freddie Fermin flied out to center. Ball game. Tatis Jr., Arias, and Machado combined in this series, 4 for 33. It's a 121 batting average. I mean, that's all you really need to know.
Yeah, you're going to need better than that if you're going to win.
Yeah. Cubbies going on now to take the Brewers, and this is one of these series. Like it's the opposite of Philly and the Dodgers to me. You know, they're both. I mean, the only ace is really Freddie Peralta, who goes in game 1 in this entire series. Really for the Brewers, there's no other ace besides him. The Brewers bullpen was 9th in ERA, but they've kind of been decimated by injury. Mears recently returning to the active roster. Trevor McGill, though, hit a setback, rehabbing. They're going to have to move Mizorowski to the pen, is the answer, I think, for the Brewers. But this is just one of these series where they're kind of even-ish in a lot of ways. Chicago's bullpen was not as good as the Milwaukee bullpen. That's the biggest difference to me in this series, generally speaking. But even the Chicago bullpen, as of late, 30.8% of the batters it faced in the final month of the season, they struck out. And yielded just 1 run over 13 2/3. Take out the Imanaga quote-unquote relief appearance. They only yielded 1 run over 13 2/3 versus San Diego in the wild card series. So advantage Brewers, but maybe not as stark for a number 1 seed as you would think, and it's reflected in the line. It's only minus 125 for the division series price.
Game 1 tomorrow, I'm seeing minus 150 to 160 range on Milwaukee. Peralta, my odds screen says Peralta for Milwaukee and some guy named Undecided for Chicago.
Yeah, that's right. The only 3 starters that we know for sure, Ohtani and Sanchez right now in the Dodgers-Phillies game 1, and Peralta going for the Brewers. I think everybody else is waiting to announce. We'll get to the Yankees next on the other side, and Paul Carr as well with some global football, Premier League football, his 3-pack of plays. It's a numbers game at VSiN, the Sports Betting Network.
As sports fans, we may cheer for different teams, but there's one thing that we can all agree on. We want the game to be big. And with 3 levels, 30 cabanas, a 143-foot screen, 6 clean pools, and endless cold drinks, it doesn't get any bigger or any better than Stadium Swim in Las Vegas. All sports, all seasons. It's more than a pool deck. Stadium Swim is the only thing like it in the world.
Join the guru, John Hansen, at the intersection of prop betting and fantasy sports on Prop Points, only on VSiN.
Lesson number 1, Patty's back. I still believe that Caleb Williams is not any good. And, other than Rome Odunze, I don't trust anyone that can't run the ball.
John and his guests will help you find the connection between the two and give you his expert advice on how to capitalize when a number is too good to pass up. Prop Points, weekdays at 1 p.m. Eastern on VSiN.
A numbers game on VSiN, the sports betting network.
Back on a numbers game, live from Circa Resort Casino, downtown Las Vegas. Gil Alexander. That right there is my little buddy Kelly Bidlin. 6 pounds shy, losing 100.
That's right.
We get tweets beating the book. Derek, Dr. Derek, 82, says, all this complaining about missed calls on San Francisco, blah, blah. Who was doing that? I wasn't. Was Kelly?
I don't know.
Kelly wasn't?
Well, no, one of the ones I brought up was the Devontae Adams might have been getting away with some stuff.
That's right. How about the belly flop on Mac Jones that was never called? It's the NFL. You're going to get calls. You're not going to get calls. Niners money line cashes, baby. Happy you guys got an extra hour. The best show on VSiN. Thank you, Derek.
They let
No, I'm the first person to say. I said it earlier. The Rams didn't lose because of the officiating. This was not a Rams-Jet. This was not a Jets-Dolphins situation.
They let him play a little bit more than I guess I was expecting, Gil.
Shooter McGamlin. Having the Rams in Survivor and listening to Herb Street was terrible last night. Yeah, Kirk, I know the Niners are injured, but somehow, right in this game, please continue to tell me 12 more times. Jeez. Real Knicks. There you go, Gil. The Clevelands finally went away. The Clevelands, he calls them. The most ironic thing is this team is the poster child for the offensively challenged actually outscored the Tigers 10-9 in this series. Oh, the life of a Cleveland fan. Yeah, no need to congratulate me. They already took their blood from me. Paul Nelson, December 15th versus the Jaguars. Adams had 198 and 2 touchdowns. Pretty sure one was late to help win the game. There we go. Great moments in Devontae Adams history on the show. Rick Ollier, I don't know the proper emotion for how I feel about betting the Rams in 2 of the last 3 weeks, but I think it can be best described as the emotion the Padres coaches had in the dugout as the umpires left the field yesterday. Man, did that suck. Hashtag robot ump time. Did you see the final inning of that game yesterday, Kelly?
I did not, but I saw the replay.
Oy vey.
Yeah.
Was it Bogarts? Yeah, Bogarts. Well outside of the strike zone. Strike 3 looking. At that point, you're just like, what? Please, robot umps immediately. This is exactly.
He said
that
it,
would
right?
have been challenged. That's what the announcer said. And would have been challenged immediately. Would have been ball 4. Who knows what happens after that?
Well, there's nothing. I guess the fortunate side of it. There's nothing that can make you feel better about a new rule or something coming into play when it goes that bad on a huge stage.
On a huge stage. The final inning of a deciding game. Real quick before we get to Paul, obviously Red Sox and Yankees last night. Maybe that should have been the baseball headline. We're just doing chronologically. Bottom 4 is when the Yankees got all of their runs. Bellinger with the Bermuda Triangle double that somehow blooped in. Then it was a Stanton walk. 2 batters later, Ahmed Rosario seeing eye RBI ground ball single. Chisholm single, Volpe RBI single to make it 2-0. Then Nathaniel Lowe booting a Wells grounder, 2-run score, 4-0 Yankees. And a batter later, that was it for Early, by the way, Connerly Early. The real story, Schlittler, 8 innings pitched, no earned runs on just 5 hits, 12 Ks, no walks on 107 pitches. A historic outing for Schlittler. That had never been done before by a rookie, Jeff Passan. Cam Schlittler, 8 shutout, allowed 5 hits, didn't walk a batter, struck out 12. First pitcher baseball history to go 8 innings, walk none, punch out 12 in a postseason game, period. Rookie or not. It's incredible. Unbelievable. What an epic outing from him last night. Mm-hmm. And the Yankees are taking on the Blue Jays. And for me, those 2 teams are really even. Yankees should be a slight favorite. -150 is kind of a little high, maybe. But Toronto's superpower, for those who did not watch baseball this year, Toronto's superpower is they make contact. They barely strike out. 17.8% strikeout rate. Best in Major League Baseball. So we'll get into baseball. We'll talk about the starters that have been announced a little later on. Let's talk some soccer. Paul Carr is here, joining us courtesy of the Progressive Guest Line. You can follow him on Twitter, of course, at Paul Carr. Very clever Twitter handle he has, at CARR. True Media Networks. Also in his own Survivor League. Maybe we should start there. What is the total number of entries? First of all, good morning, Paul. How are you, sir? And then
good morning, Gil.
Good morning. You can say good morning to my buddy.
Yeah,
Kelly
geez,
as
wow,
well.
chopped liver.
How many entries?
Hi, what's your name over there?
How many entries in your Survivor League, and how many left after last night?
We had 20, and we now have 3, including myself.
Wow.
Whoa.
Yeah, everyone made it through week 2. And then the Packers took out a bunch in weeks 3 and 4. Chargers lost the Giants, and 5 went out on the Rams last night.
I am really curious to see what the percentage is on
me too.
Survivor.
Me too.
I'm going to guess 30%, and we'll go from there, one way or the other. Who are you picking then on Sunday?
I'm still debating between the Bills and the Cardinals. I mean, I think if this were a large pool, it'd be the Cardinals because there's almost zero place to take them the rest of the way. The Bills, surprisingly, don't have a ton of great places to use them.
Agree.
For a while.
Yeah.
But they're still the Bills. So if you're in a spot and you got to take a 3-point favorite or something, I'd rather take the Bills than be stuck with whatever, the Cardinals or somebody like that.
Yeah,
so
but
I'm not sure yet.
When you say they're still the Bills, so the Rams losing last night for me harkens back to the famous 17-point favorite Rams in 2020.
I was with you on that one.
Yeah, when they lost to the Jets in Week 14, I believe it was. And I've lost on the Bills too in Survivor. I remember a 9-6 game in Jacksonville.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's it's the usual suspects. Some of these
Right.
remain perennial nemesis on these. All right,
I'll figure it out.
Premier League last week 1-2, if I'm not mistaken.
1-2 faded Felica's Liverpool, and that one came home for us. So we may be going back to the well again.
Does that count? Does that count for more than one? If you
It's
faded
like 1.5,
Felica's team?
I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, it's 1.5.
Yeah.
The Felica factor.
Bonus. It's like the money ball in a 3-point contest.
Mm-hmm.
All right, 3 this week. By the way, before we even get into your picks, what's sort of the general Premier League thought for you of the week?
I mean, if you just look at the betting lines for the title favorites right now, Arsenal is now your favorite. We talked about this last week.
Yeah.
Arsenal was at plus 190, and that looked pretty good. Now Arsenal's at plus 125 because Liverpool has dropped points. They lost in Champions League midweek, which doesn't affect the title race directly, but it speaks to how well they are or aren't playing. So Arsenal 125 is your favorite now, which is, even though they're not in first place, they're the betting favorite, which tells you, what you need to know.
But Paul, they're going to choke, right? Isn't this like the Mets, like having the lead? Like there's a long season to go. Like, is this not time to get in on Liverpool or maybe in Man City at 5-1 or no?
I mean, there's plenty of time for Arsenal to go full Arsenal. So yes, if you're on the Liverpool bandwagon, this is the time, because we'll get to this game. But if they win this week at Chelsea, like these odds could be flipped next week, just because Liverpool would pick up 3 points when they're probably projected to get maybe 1 on average on the road.
You remember that valet in my building who was the Arsenal defeatist fan that always every time I brought up, Arsenal, he's like, it's not going to happen. Yeah, he got fired. He crashed a couple cars down there apparently. So
I forgot you did tell me about this.
Yeah, he got fired.
Yeah, I hope that wasn't Arsenal's fault.
It might have been.
Struggled down the stretch last year.
Yeah, and no longer can go home and hear him just crap on his team. All right, what are your 3 picks for this weekend in the Premier League?
All right, we'll start Bournemouth Fulham. I'm going under 2.5. This game is tomorrow. But most of these teams, in my head, they're a little more attacking, higher scoring, open games, but they're 17th and 18th this season in expected goals per game total, scored and allowed. And the underlying numbers, those are the underlying numbers. They match kind of what we've seen so far. Neither scoring or giving up a ton of goals. Bournemouth's had a ton of turnover in their defense this season, but they're playing pretty decently, and neither attack has started clicking yet. So just think there aren't going to be a ton of goals here, even though in my head, and I think people look at it and are like, oh, these two teams tended to play open because they did a lot more last year, but this year not so much. So under 2.5 minus 110.
Under 2.5 minus 110. It is an official Paul Carr segment. We have a total, but he's going under. Betting against human achievement, Bournemouth and Fulham. All right, and speaking of Arsenal, what's the play there?
Here they are. Yeah, win to nil against West Ham, minus 115. Again, you can find this pre-built on some books. Sometimes they'll let you parlay a win and both teams to score no. But however you get there, Arsenal win to nil. Arsenal still has the best defense probably in the world. They've only given up 3 goals in 6 games, about 4 expected goals, so their underlying numbers not out of whack there. West Ham's been pretty bad this year. They have scored 5 goals in 6 games. They've already changed managers. And they did look a little bit more like a real team last week with Nuno Santos at the helm, but they still don't have the midfield horses to compete with Arsenal. Arsenal's totally healthy, on the back line, really pretty much everywhere. And they're looking to be in midseason form already. So pretty simple. Take the best defense, take the better team. Arsenal win to nil, minus 115.
Take the best defense, take the better team. Arsenal win to nil. What is nil? As Chrissy Andrews, my mishpucha's famous story once said. Okay, and then speaking of Felica's Liverpool side, what are you doing with them this week?
Yeah, so we're fading them. They're on the road. They're at Chelsea. I'm going to play the draw here at plus 285 for Liverpool. Hugo Ekitike, one of their new forwards, looks like he's hurt. Alexander Isak, they paid lots of money from Newcastle. Still not played. Just not completely fit, not playing the full 90 yet. Liverpool keeper Alisson Becker, one of the best in the world, is out. So Liverpool clearly not at full strength. Again, they're in first place, but the underlying numbers look more like a 5th place type of team so far. They've only conceded, 4 goals this season. No, that's not right. 7 goals this season, which isn't terrible, but they're just not clicking in really any aspect of the game so far. So they're not at full strength. Chelsea has had highs and lows already. They could go out and win this one 2-0. It wouldn't shock me. They could also, lose 2-0, and it wouldn't shock me. But I'm going somewhere in the middle. Give me the draw at plus 285.
Yeah, so not the full fade, but you're going with the big money on the draw. Chelsea-Liverpool draw plus 285 on the heels of Bournemouth-Fulham under 2.5 goals, and Arsenal win to 0 versus West Ham. Olivia Dean's favorite team, West Ham. Thank you, Paul. Appreciate it. Paul